Hi, everybody. I want to read this first scripture really quick. Ephesians 6 and 12 says, "For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places." The Bible is trying to give us a clear indication of what it is that we are dealing with. This video is to the people who are always commenting, sending these secret messages in your messages about how do we know Jesus is real? I'm sick of people trying to push religion on everybody. I'm sick of feeling like I got to be judged. I'm sick of this. Are you sick to death of looking at the enemy destroy your communities and your homes? How they've taken over, pretty much the government has been completely taken over. But we know now that it's always been that way. How the spirit of perversion is in every aspect of our lives, even down to our cereal boxes. Does it bother you that the children and adults, young adults, teenagers, are all strung on drugs of some kind? That our families, whole families, I worked for an insurance company. There are whole families on medication, psychological medications for depression, anxiety. Does it bother you at all that you are looking at your schools, one school shooting after another one? Does that bother you? Does it bother you that confusion in who they are? People are identifying as cats and all of this, and now we have to appease that. And people are just scamming that your poor older people are not even safe in their own homes, answering their own phones, because there are people on the other side of the world scamming them, taking everything they have. Does it bother you that you've got older people who are in their 60s and 70s trying to find love and ending up being scammed? Does it bother you? Does any of these things bother you? Does it bother you at all that you have people, husbands and wives, who now can cheat on their spouses on a website, finding people who are willing to be quiet and just have an affair with them? That there is a dark web where people can actually hook up with other people to have sex with animals and all kinds of orgies of every kind. Does it bother you at all that you see what the love of money is doing to our every aspect of our lives? Not just one aspect, every last one of them. Is it bothering you? No. That doesn't seem to bother you as much as people doing a Bible study online or doing a video that's talking about Jesus Christ is the way. Do you know there are people who don't know that Jesus Christ is the way? If you don't choose it, then don't choose it. But why is it that you can be a hypocrite and say that you want these freedoms and completely ignore the fact that there is a devil that is doing everything he can to trap you in some kind of vice? Every corner we're on now, there are some neighborhoods you can't even go down because the whole neighborhood smells like marijuana, where there's all kinds of smoke shops set up all over the place. There's 15 churches on every street. None of them come together. So unity's out the window. That doesn't bother you. I say this to you. You can always make a choice not to watch. You can always make a choice not to watch. But you do have to ask yourself this a real question. What is it that it bothers you so bad about somebody teaching or talking about Jesus Christ, who is all about love and peace and joy and unifying people, unifying community? And please don't tell me anything about, oh yeah, religion has been the biggest divider of us all. Do you know why? Let me read to you. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Because the enemy of our souls has infiltrated every avenue. So forgive us if some of us would like to give people another opportunity to let them know there is another way that you can choose. That your whole life doesn't have to be about drugs and money and trying to be popular. It doesn't have to be about that. That you can find peace and love and joy and build a family, build a life, be a blessing to somebody else. Forgive us for trying. Forgive us for trying. But I make no apologies, not one. And at first I wasn't going to say anything, but then it just keeps popping up. It just keeps popping up. Men commenting and saying, oh, a woman's not supposed to preach. Well, who's going to preach? Who's going to do it? Somebody has to tell them. Somebody has to say something. Somebody has to say something. I pray that this is not an offensive video, but I do pray that when you feel that in yourself about, oh, I don't want to, I'm sick of hearing about Jesus being away. I'm sick of these holy rollers and these Jesus freaks always talking about God and God is not real and God is not that. What's your solution? What's your solution? We're telling you what's working for us. What's your solution? Just let it continue on like it is and don't tell nobody nothing? We are living in the last days, whether you like it or not. And if you would be wise, because the Bible tells us that a foolish man says there is no God. There is a way that seems right to a man, but in the end, therein is destruction. That's also in the Bible. The Bible is full of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to help us how to be and live a peaceable life. There are those who don't choose it. There are those who halfway in and halfway out. There are those of us that are genuinely trying. We're not perfect, but we're striving. Leave us alone. That's all I'm saying. Leave us alone.